Bobby and Buddy and I, oh, we figured it out.
Oh, yeah? What?
The car, it's the same one you bought Mom 9 years ago.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
Yes, it is.
no, it's not. Your cousin Marlene's got that car up in Oregon.
I don't get it. We all get together, we bring this car down, it's not the same car?
You all got together?
Yeah, we all get together to
We all
bring the
got
car.
together?
Yeah.
Look at me. We all got together?
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Pop.
Look at them. Look at your brothers. You know those guys?
Yeah, I do.
How well do you know them?
Very well.
Good. We all got together. It's not about a car. I don't give a damn about a car. Understand?
I think so.
Good. You did good.
The cattle are prowling, coyotes are howling, way out where the dog is born. Where spurs are a jingling, a cowboy is singing this lonesome cattle call. He rides in the sun till his day's work is done as he rounds up the cattle he's fought. Singing his cattle call. For hours he will ride on the range far and wide when the night winds blow up a squall. His heart is a feather in all kinds of weather. He sings his cattle call. He's brown as a berry from riding the prairie, and he sings with an old western drawl. Singing his cattle call. He's brown as a berry from riding the prairie, and he sings with an old western drawl. Singing his cattle call. For hours he will ride on the range far and wide when the night winds blow up a squall. His heart is a feather in all kinds of weather. He sings his cattle call. a berry from riding the prairie, and he sings with an old western drawl. Singing his cattle call. He's brown as a berry from riding the prairie, and he sings with an old western drawl. Singing his cattle call.
Rest assured this troubadour is acting on his part. The union of your spirits here has caused him to remain. For whenever two or more of you are gathered in his name, there is love. Shall leave his mother and a woman leave her home. They shall travel on to where the two shall be as one. As it was in the beginning, is now until the end. Woman draws her life from man and gives it back again, and there is love. Man and wife, is it love that brings you here, or love that brings you life? Or if loving is the answer, then who's the giving for? Do you believe in something that you've never seen before? Oh, there's the marriage of your spirits here has caused him to remain.
Hey everybody, my name is Matt Flanders. I am in New York City and I'm so sorry I can't be there, but I wanted to share a little story that I wrote down about Dawn. It's hard to believe, but Once upon a time, I was a smart-ass teenager. I was late for my call at Grand Street. I can't even remember what show it was, but I certainly remember what came next, and I'm sure some of you do too. Don McLaughlin always said that if you're not 10 minutes early, you're late. And here I was, late, like actually really late. I made some lame excuse about not having a ride, and then I asked Don, well, what did you want me to do? Walk? I could actually see his face change colors. And either a fog machine was spontaneously going off or there was actual smoke coming out of his ears. And he snapped back, yes, I wanted you to walk. I wanted you to crawl if you had to. His response tells you a lot about what he expected from me, from all of us at Grand Street. I learned so much from Don McLaughlin, not only about working in the arts, but about being a man and being responsible. He pushed me because I needed him to. I wasn't disciplined, I didn't follow through with things, I was lazy because some things came easy to me, but Don would not let that slide. There were many times I cried and raged because I didn't get the part I wanted or the opportunity I felt I deserved. But I kept coming back and working harder. Honestly, I think I did it to show Don that I belonged there and that the life of a storyteller was as much in my heart as it was in his. It's been over 30 years since that day. And you know what? I'm still living the life of a storyteller. And I credit much of that to Don and to his unbelievable wife, Janet McLaughlin. I can't thank them enough for providing a safe place for me and so many other kids to find ourselves and our passions. And of course, for pushing us to be our best. When I learned that Don had taken his final bow, it just wrecked me. And it took me a long time to sort of gather myself and figure out what to do next. I just wiped the tears from my eyes, and then I imagined myself giving him a big standing ovation. And then I got back to work. Because I think that that's exactly what he'd want me to do.
And though I'd be the first one to say that I wasn't a sage, I find it hard to be truly back. I'm viewing the situation like a fella be a villain all his life. All the trials and tribulations, I shall settle down and give myself a wife. And no one who can console for me and come for me and come for me, come on me and nag at me, nothing that she would rag at me, money she would take from me, on this other she'd wait on me. I think I better not get out of me.
I was meant for the stage. I was meant for the curtain. I was meant to tread these boards of this much I am certain. I was meant for the crowd. I was meant for the shouting. I was meant to raise these hands with quiet all about me. Oh, Mother, please be proud. Father, be forgiving. Even though you told me, son, you'll never make a living. Oh, from the floorboards to the flies, here I was fated to reside. And as I take my final bow, was there ever any doubt? And as the spotlights fade away, and you're escorted through the foyer, you will resume your Callaways. But I was meant for the stage. The heavens at my birth intended me for stardom. Rays of light shone down on me, and all my sins were pardoned. I was meant for applause. I was meant for derision. Nothing short of fate itself has affected my decision. Oh. From the floorboards to the flies, here I was fated to reside. And as I take my final bow, was there ever any doubt? And as the spotlights fade away, and you're escorted through the foyer, you will resume your Callaways. But I was meant for the stage.
From the years 1849 to 1860, 914,000 Irish boarded ships bound for New York City, America. So but take it from them, but taking the very food from their mouths and caused an economic ruin to an already oppressed people.
I met Don McLaughlin when I was 19 years old. My very first day in Helena, I came into Grand Street Theater and he was sweeping the stage. And I sat there and talked to him for about an hour. I don't think it took him an hour to sweep the stage, but I think he kept sweeping because he recognized this fish out of water, hermit, zero social skills, recovering theater major. He said, there's an audition tomorrow night for Cyrano de Bergerac. You should come. If you don't get cast, you can be on the crew. You will make friends, and some of these people will be your friends for life. And he was absolutely right. Fast forward about 10 years, I was struggling with some stuff, and I'm weeping in the middle of the grocery store one night. I hear this voice from across the produce section, Joni Rogers, God sent you. Don McLaughlin was running over, sweeps me into a big hug, and he had just come from rehearsal. He was directing Angry Housewives. They were about a week from opening, and that night, somebody had quit the cast. And he said, you've got to come and do this show. And I promise, whatever's wrong, the show will make it better. And once again, he was absolutely right. Fast forward another 15 years, and I'm far away, but I still feel very connected to the Grand Street family. We are this vast diaspora that literally spans the globe. And I think we are the monument to the loving kindness and joyful spirit of this extraordinary dude. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim churee. When you're with the sweet, you're in glad company. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. In all of the world, there's no happier crew. Now that the ladder of life has been strung, you might think the sweep's on the bottommost rung. He spends his days with the ashes and smoke. In all of the world, there's no happier blow. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim churee. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Good luck will rub off when he shakes hands with you. Or blow him a kiss. That's lucky too.
And Sheridan, it's just not for my own selfish purposes that I need these colors. I want to splash them out for the whole world to see. The colors of my life are bountiful and bold. The purple glow of indigo, the gleam of green and gold, the splendor of a sun. The dazzle of a flame,
So my first audition for Don was for Peter Pan in 1985, and I sang The Rainbow Connection from The Muppet Show, but I am not going to sing that right now, so you're welcome. But I am going to share just some reflections about Don, who had such a huge influence on my life when I was young. I am never late for anything. I am always on time, even when I try to be late, no matter how uncool that makes me. And that is Don's fault and Janet's, because they taught me to show up on time always and be prepared. So I metaphorically always bring my pencil and my script wherever I go. I try to anyways. And it served me really well in my professional career. I have a long list in my head of because of Don's. Because of Don, I learned how to be a really good stage manager when I was in high school. And before I even got to college, I knew what I was doing. Because of Don, I got to learn how to sword fight, and I got to sword fight on stage in the Three Musketeers, even though I was a girl, and it was amazing. Because of Don, I got to stay in theater school when my family was struggling with paying the tuition, because he put me in charge of the bulletin board and the bulletin board test. And I got to be the geeky girl who poured through the New York Times Arts and Leisure section every Sunday morning to find questions for the test, and that was like heaven to me. Because of Don, I also was encouraged to become a director, and I think he knew that that's what I wanted to do with my theater career before I knew, and he did nothing but encourage me and look for opportunities for me to do that. It was later in my career when I learned that the playing field for female directors is not always level, but Don didn't let me in on that secret, and that was part of his magic, is when he knew you wanted to do something and you were willing to put in the work, he found opportunities for you to get to do that thing. And I had a huge amount of confidence in my abilities going into college. And that was because at theater school, nobody ever told me that I couldn't do something. One of Don's sayings that always stuck with me, that he said to us in class sometimes, was, if there's one thing in your life you can find that will make you happier than theater, do that thing instead. And when I was younger, I didn't really understand that, because I thought, why would I want to do anything else besides theater in my life? But as I got older, I came to understand what he meant. He meant that to do your best work, you have to put your whole heart into something. You can't do anything a little. You have to do it 100%. And Don really embodied that. It's not about talent. It's about showing up and being present. And that idea works whether you're directing a play, or you're in a classroom, or you're trying to impact arts education policy, or you're raising a child. Show up and be present, or do something else. It's hard to believe that a man with as large a presence as Don is no longer walking with us, but I think his spirit infected all of us who knew him, and I count myself as so lucky to be one of the young people who got to learn from him. I am forever grateful, and to Janet and Jessica and Lee and Corey, I send you all my love, and to the whole Grand Street family. Thank you.
Don't need no 5-star reservations. I got spaghetti and a cheap bottle of wine. Don't need no concert in the city. I got a stereo and the best of Patsy Cline. Ain't got no caviar, no Dom Perignon. But as far as I can see, I got everything I want. 'Cause I got a roof over my head, the woman I love laying in my bed, and it's alright, alright. I got shoes under my feet, forever in the eye staring back at me. it's all the same to me as long as I'm with you. Maybe a simple life, but that's okay, yeah. If you ask me, baby, I think I've got it made. 'Cause I got a roof over my head, the woman I love laying in my bed, and it's alright, alright. I got shoes under my feet, forever in the eyes staring back at me, and it's alright, alright, yeah. I got all I need, and it's alright by me. It's alright by me, yeah, yeah. When I lay down that night, I thank the Lord above for giving me everything I ever could dream of. 'Cause I got a roof over my head, the woman I love laying in my bed, and it's alright, 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 alright. I got shoes under my feet, forever in the eyes staring back at me, and it's alright, 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 yeah. I got all I need, yeah. I got all I need, and it's alright by me. Oh yeah, it's alright by me, yeah, yeah, yeah. La 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 la. Oh. Heading down south to the land of the pines. I'm thumbing my way into North Carolina, staring up the road and pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me.
Dojo-kun, he taunts, be humble and polite.
He does, be humble and polite.
He taunts, train considering your physical strength.
He does, train considering your physical strength.
He taunts, practice earnestly with creativity.
He does, practice earnestly with creativity.
He taunts, be calm and swift.
He does, be calm and swift.
He taunts, take care of your health.
He does, take care of your health.
He taunts, live a plain life.
He does, live a plain life.
He taunts, do not be too proud or modest.
He does, do not be too proud or modest.
He taunts, continue your training with patience.
He does, continue your training with patience. all champions. We had a good season. It's the best baseball season I've ever been involved with. Because I saw a lot of young men grow into good ball players, even in one season. You've all got a great life ahead with baseball, and you have nothing to be ashamed of. We didn't give them the kind of game we're capable of giving them today. You know that, the parents know that, and you won both of them. You battled to get where you were at, and we were just out of it. We ran as deep into our reservoir as we had, and you gave it your best shot, and it wasn't enough. This is an excellent ball club to beat it. They're not just good, they're excellent. They hit well, they got great pitching, and today they had excellent defense. Okay? We could have stayed home last night from the ball game and practiced and made everybody run and laugh, and we'd come and probably would have lost more than what we did. Because we got here by playing and having fun and letting everybody play. And we finished the league with 13 active ball players. And that says something for the whole team in general. And that's what we set out to do. I told you the first week that we weren't here to win championships. We were here to teach you about baseball. And by goodness, you learned. You learned real well. I think all of you are good baseball players, and you need to be proud of that. Now, I'm sure if you get rested up a little bit, this will feel a lot better. Okay, there are going to be awards now, so let's come out on the...
Hey, Josh.
Corey McLaughlin.
said the hip hop, the hip hop, you don't stop. Rock it out, baby, rubber to the boogity bang bang, the boogie to the boogity beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello. Up to the black, to the white, the red, and the brown, and the purple, and yellow. But first, I gotta bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the bang, bang, boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop, rock the rhythm that'll make your body rock. Well, so far you've heard my voice, but I brought two friends along. And next on the mic is my man Hank. Come on, Hank, sing that song.
Check it out. Well, I'm Imp the Dimp, the ladies pimp, the women fight for my delight. But I'm the grand master with the 3 MCs that shock the house for the young ladies. And when you come inside and to the front, you do the freak spank or do the bump. And when the sucker MCs try to prove a point with Trent's trio, or when the serious joiner from sun to sun and from day to day, I sit down and write a brand new rhyme because they say that miracles never cease. I've created a devastating masterpiece. I'm gonna rock the mic so you can't resist. Everybody, I say it goes like this. When I was coming home late one dark afternoon, reporter stopped me for an interview. She said she's heard stories and she's heard fables that are vicious on the mic and the turntable. This young reporter I did adore, so I rocked the vicious rhyme like I never did before. She said, damn fly guy, I'm in love with you. The Casanova legend must have been true. I said, by the way, baby, what's your name? Said I go by the name.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Cook. I was one of Mac's students out at Eastern. Actually graduated with Corey Mac, so go Eagles. I feel like I have a million stories I could tell about Mac because, let's face it, the guy was quite a character. On Facebook, when I first heard about his passing, I posted a story about my very first day at Eastern. My first class was with Mac and his stagecraft class. He was going over all the things we shouldn't do in the scene shop. And at one point, he took this Makita drill battery and stuck it on his tongue, and as something we shouldn't do. And I don't know who was more shocked. He certainly got shocked, and those of us in the class were, I think, a little shocked and questioning our choice of educational institutions at that point. But the story I want to tell today was from Three Musketeers. This was a big, huge production, my first year at Eastern, and Mac wrote the adaptation of the script, and he wanted it to be this big multimedia show. It was a huge cast, huge sets, there was video elements, lots of costumes, props. First time we had a big fight corps. It was just unbelievable. And an important element of that was the Cardinals Guards. So that was really mostly 4 women from our fight corps who were constantly going on stage, getting killed, running off stage, changing up their facial hair, and then going back on stage and getting killed again, and it just kept cycling through. But the project was huge, and we were all working our butts off and exhausted and challenged. And so, you know, the big sigh of relief when you're both a technician and an actor is when the show goes up, nothing changes after that. And it's a great feeling. And I think we were all proud of making that show come together. And certainly how much we learned, especially with Mac challenging us. But I'll never forget second night. You know, we had opened everything, you know, we all survived the first night. Mac walks into the green room before the show, and we're, you know, getting prepared, and, you know, things are calm, and he's like, okay, guys, I was listening to the radio today, and I finally found the perfect song for the Cardinals Guards. And I know there was just this palpable sigh as we all went, no, we thought we were done making changes. And then he launches into this. He goes, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. And I burst out laughing because, I mean, not only was it the perfect song for the Cardinals Guards who kept, you know, getting knocked down and getting back up again, but Mac had managed to take this pop song by Chumbawamba and somehow turned it into a country song. And to this day, every time I hear that song, I think of Mac and I think of that moment. And sorry, it's a little bittersweet right now. But he was one of a kind, an inspiration, and Not always easy, that's for sure, but challenged me and so many of us in ways I don't think we ever expected to be challenged. So much love to his family, Janet, Jessica, Corey, Lee. My heart is with you, of course. Suppose we get knocked down, but we gotta get back up again. Anyway, thank you.
Hey, this is Mary Stover, and I just wanted to share a little story about Mac. My senior year, after Matt Hales had left, Mac never stopped talking about Matt going from carpenter to stage actor with the success of Cyrano de Bergerac. And though all of us really loved Matt, we got really, really tired of hearing his name. That was the same year that I was in Sweeney Todd, and on Final Dress, there was an accident with the pie wagon, and I was squished between the 2,000-pound moving pie wagon and the back of the stage. So I pulled every muscle in my chest and broke 3 ribs, and we had to go to show anyway. Matt kept saying, I know that you can do this because you're in fight class, right? Everything's okay with fight class. And Jason Thayer got hurt, and he's like, we're okay because we did this in fight class. We're all thinking, I don't remember getting hit by a 2,000-pound moving pie wagon in fight class, nor did a wall fall on Jason's face in fight class. But Matt kept pushing us through. And then after I graduated, a couple of my friends told me, hey, you know what, we're all really sick and damn tired of hearing your name because Mac just constantly says, well, Mary Stover survived after being hit with a 2,000-pound moving pie wagon. And silly as it is, that made me really, really happy that he was still talking about me after I left, even if it was because I survived a major crash that I fully prepared for in fight class.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I never knew. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. man says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a going dry. The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you're only getting mugged if you go downtown. I live back in the woods, you see, my woman and the kids and the dogs and me. I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I can plow a field all day long. I can catch catfish from dusk till dawn. We make our own whiskey and our own smoke too. Ain't too many things these old boys can't do. We grow good old tomatoes and homemade wine, and country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Because you can't starve us out and you can't make us run, 'cause when them old boys raised on shotgun, we say grace and we say ma'am. If you ain't into that, we don't give a damn. We came from the West Virginia coal mines and the Rocky Mountains and the western skies. And we can skin a buck, we can run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I had a good friend in New York City. He never called me by my name, just Hillbilly. My grandpa taught me how to live off the land, and his taught him to be a businessman. He used to send me pictures of the Broadway nights, and I'd send him some homemade wine. But he was killed by a man with a switchblade knife. For $43, my friend lost his life. I'd love to spit some beach nut in that dude's eyes and shoot him with my old 45, 'cause a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. 'Cause you can't stop us out and you can't make us run, 'cause when them old boys raised on shotgun, we say grace, we say ma'am, if you ain't in the
I didn't see it go down.
Oh, he's right next to it. He's right next to it.
Avery, behind you, Dad. Behind you.
North California and South Alabama.
Okay.
Oh, right there. 3 more.
Avery, don't shoot till they get close enough to you. There you go. There you go.
In the 1860s, under the direction of acting Indian agent Major John Sims, the government constructed a log cabin in Chewelah to serve as the Colville Indian Agency. Sims and his wife lived in the cabin until 1882, and shortly thereafter, the agency was moved to Fort Spokane. In 1902, Dr. S.P. McPherson purchased the cabin as his personal residence, and family descendants continued to own and occupy the property until 2010. The cabin is the last vestige of what had been a group of structures on site to support the activities of the agency.
This cabin was built in 1868, and between 1873 and 1882, it served as the Indian agency for this entire region. That's 26,000 square miles and nearly 4,000 Native Americans in this part of the West. I don't know of any other agency. There's one in Wyoming and I think one in Montana, that the buildings are still standing.
The Stevens County Historical Society recently took over ownership and stewardship responsibilities of the cabin with the goal of opening it as a museum to interpret the Indian Agency period. But as repairs began, additional needs emerged, including the need to replace deteriorated logs and to stabilize the structure.
The family that owned it were descendants of Dr. McPherson, who purchased it in 1906. It's been in their family for over 100 years. And they felt like it was a little more than they could maintain. They wanted it in the hands of someone who would care for it and keep it as a tribute to its past.
We have to save the building's life, and rot is what will take it away from us. If it rots out from underneath us, we're done. There were a number of architectural problems. The porch was too long. The drip line dripped right onto the porch. They had put concrete around the bottom to seal out the skunks. They had placed dirt underneath the floorboards to keep the rodents out of it. But at the same time, it held in the moisture got into the wood, the sill logs rotted.
So our goals changed from trying to have a place for events and displays and a museum to keeping it from falling down. It will not stand and will not survive unless the sill logs are replaced and some other kind of foundation and some supports are put in it.
In addition, there are significant archaeological considerations for the site, and the Historical Society is proactively working with local tribes to conduct investigative digs.
We have asked the Spokane tribe and the Kalispel tribe to help us with some archaeological digs. They've got archaeologists on staff. We're going to have the floors up anyway, and they thought it would be a good project too.
Because of its activity, because it was a government agency, because there were people coming here from all over and camping here back in the day, this whole site is a potential archaeological treasure. So I'm very excited to have both the Kalispels and the Spokane tribal archaeologists working on the project with us.
In the meantime, anxiety remains over the extent of rehabilitation work required to stabilize the cabin and raising the funds needed to implement the work.
This site really is one of the few buildings still standing from territorial days. We want to interpret the family who donated it. We want to look at the government involvement with the Indian Agency services, and we want to look at the Indians that were here. We'd like to have a library here. There is no central location for Indian studies or Indian history of any kind. It's just a really important part of the history of the Northwest.
With the museum, with the returning it back to the community and to the region and to the nation for that matter, to tell the story of the reservation settlement time period. This could be a place that we can educate. It is a place that we can bring people together. We've had some wonderful moments already.
soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burden be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up. I can stand on mountains to walk on stormy seas. The stormy sea. And I am strong when I am on your shoulder. Oh, you raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more